Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's that guy Mitch here, and today we're going to be installing a new bumper on the Jeep. So right here laid out we have this bumper. This is the Amazon special right here. Online it's advertised as the V8 God front steel bumper, and this is kind of what you get. So once we come up close, you can see there is a brand on here. It says Hooke or Hooke Road. That's kind of what it has here. Kind of ugly. We'll probably take that off or block it one way or another, but this is kind of what we received. It comes with these tow hooks right here. They seem to be decent construction. The one complaint I have about is these screws right here. They're not the nicest threads, so those will probably get replaced. Other than that, the rest of the construction seems actually fairly good. Everything seems solid. All the welds look pretty good. The LED lights right here, these lights actually look pretty good. We'll see once they're hooked up what they really look like, and over time how they hold up. We're gonna kind of in the future, when I do a in-depth review, we're gonna check out all of these right here, make sure nothing has rusted. But overall, I'm kind of pleased. For $300, this actually seems like it's gonna be pretty legit. So without further ado, what we're gonna do is let's get the wiring for these lights kind of set up so that once we install it, it's a breeze. So let's go ahead and figure out the wiring. Alright, now for the wiring of these lights, there are many different ways you can do. If you have the auxiliary plugs in your car, you can hook it up to those. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a budget-friendly method. So this right here, this is from the original factory bumper. What I went and did was just cut it off. So this is the fog light harness connector. You can see here just 3 different wires. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this plug right here, and I'm going to connect the wiring from this to this. This way, once we hit that fog light button on our Jeep, the whole light bar turns on. And I think this is going to be the easiest method if you want to keep the OEM buttons and you don't have the auxiliary buttons. This is going to be an easy way to do it. So let me show you guys how to do this and how you can really connect any fog lights or any light bars to that factory plug. So the first thing we're going to do is let's flip this bumper upside down so that we can get a better look of the wiring that we're working with. Now this is kind of heavy because this does weigh 65 pounds. Now if you see these wires, they did look a lot cleaner. I've just been messing with it a little bit to make sure this method works before I show you guys. So let's go ahead and get some wiring done, and this is going to be super easy and simple. So we're really going to start on this left side right here, or this right side. This is going to be the passenger side. Now the one thing you have to remember is this factory plug is going to be on the passenger side. So these leads don't have to be as long, but we will just add a little bit of extra to make sure that we can go and fish through wherever we need to go. So what I'm going to do is, just for the sake of this video, I want you guys to see I have 2 different wires. Now I did not have any black wire, so blue will be the negative, red will be the positive, just for you guys to keep track. This is how we're going to do it. In order to make all these connections easy, I'm going to be using this right here. This is called a T-tap. So what this is going to do, it's going to allow me to bring 2 wires and make it into one. Now you're going to see this is going to be a very MacGyver style wiring, but this is going to work. It's going to be the easiest way to connect all 4 of these different lights into your fog light harness. If you don't like this method, you can go ahead and do it however you feel is going to be the best for your needs. This is the easiest way that I found, and it works. So the first thing we want to do is we want to extend our negative and positive leads on both of this. So we're going to be working on both of these lights right here on the right hand side, or on the passenger side. So I'm going to take roughly about 1 foot of wire, which might be a little bit excessive, but for this application, so I have roughly about a foot. And I'm going to do the same for the negative. Here you are. We have one positive, one negative. Take our wire strippers. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take our positive lead. We're going to, so it's a little long, so what I'm going to do is actually just fold it like that. Place it right in here. I'm going to do the same with our positive wire that we just cut. And now we're going to go ahead and close this. All right, so I know that that is secure. And after all this, we're going to go ahead and seal this up so that we don't have any water leaks in here or anything that could ruin this. So now we've extended this lead right here. So now you're wondering, why did we just use a T-tap for that? Well, this is why. With this right here, this piece actually goes in here like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our positive from the middle right here on the right, on the passenger side, this LED light, and we're going to fuse it together with this. So let's take another, we're going to do about 1.5 feet of the positive wire. All right, so for this part, what we're going to do is keep it simple. We're going to take our positive lead right here and this positive lead, and we're just going to twist these together. Now we're just going to cover it with our heat shrink like that, and let's go ahead. This is good right now. Now what we're going to do is take our positive lead and we're going to go ahead and connect it with this positive lead so that all of them are connected together. Now the way we're going to do that, like I said, we are going to take this T-tap connector, go ahead, put that in there, and now we're just going to go ahead and crimp this. Alright, now that we have crimped this on here, we're just going to take our heat shrink and make sure that we seal this up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to repeat this same process on the other side, and the only difference now is going to be, I'm just going to do the same thing to the negative leads, but the negative leads will all be connected together. Alright, so we're basically done with all our wiring. Now, right now it looks a little messy, there's just wires everywhere, but to put this in the simplest terms, here we have 2 positives and we have 1 negative, right? So what's going to happen with this is we're going to take our fog light connector, which also has female ends, and we're basically going to take our 2 positives, connect it with the positive leads of the fog light connector, take our other positive, and we'll take our negative wire and, oops, this is the wrong one. Positive, positive, negative with the negative. And so now we have our entire makeshift harness here, and this will connect directly into the fog light connector on the Jeep, so that we have that very factory function, and all of that is weather sealed now. So this will be the last part that we will just duct tape, and everything should light up. So without further ado, let's get this on the car and let's get it all connected and make sure that all the wires are properly routed through so that nothing gets caught up. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so now what we're looking at is just a bunch of wires hanging down, and all we have to do is really just make sure everything is connected in its proper place, and then just kind of tuck everything and zip tie everything away, and I'll connect the fog lights at the very end. Alright, so there we are. We have our front bumper installed. I gotta say, it looks good. Everything is connected solidly. There are no wires hanging, and everything is water sealed at this point. So let's go ahead and turn it on one more time just to make sure that everything is working. All right, and it's working. So you can see I have the fog lights on right now. The fog light switch is on and the lights turn on. This is exactly what I wanted. So let's go ahead and show you guys on the inside just to show you that it's working. Alright, so here on the dash you can see that the fog light button is on. Once we go ahead and hit the off switch, the lights will turn off. Again, using this button right here, this is how we turn the light bar on and off. Let's see if you guys can see it on the outside. On, off, on, off. Now, in my original stock bumper, I had fog lights. So instead of running a new switch to this bumper wasn't going to have the holes available to mount the factory fog lights. So I went ahead and just reused it plug, so that this became a plug and play kit, and it came out really good. So if you guys actually enjoyed this video and you like the way this bumper turned out, I'll leave the link in the description below for you guys to check out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video when we are installing hopefully a lift kit, or maybe some new fenders, because I know the fenders will kind of add on to the more aggressive look. Right now, this bumper definitely is doing it. We'll go ahead and get a winch for this and some more armor. So thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. And please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe.